Island of Peace. Island of Peace. I'm including this for one of my followers named Jerry. Island of Peace. Then I'm also including this for just everybody. Extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice. Moderation in the pursuit of justice is no virtue. Goldwater in 64. I was 12 years old then, and I went door to door for the man. Now here's something my tongue did. He likes to do home brewing. I can't, this is not focusing well. Black Hairy Tongue Stout. There we are, a little bit better. Alrighty. Well guys, looks like the county's doing some test bores here for some core samples here on this road project. So things are moving on apace here. That's quite the rig. Well, better him than me, I guess. Here, we'll come back through all the poison ivy now. I was passing the time there with one of the sheriff's deputies. I remarked, you know, I've been out here 33 years. Well, actually 31 and a half years. And, you know, the 6 times we've had to call them, these guys are out here in a heartbeat. I mean, you know, 4 minutes max. So I have really nothing too bad to say about our county sheriff. A buddy of mine on the other side of the county might disagree with me, but you know, all of this is just time and change. Time and change. Well, I like the time, but I really am not a fan of the change. So all that hums and fizzes and buzzes. Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here now at a little afternoon on Thursday, September 26th, 2013, Eastern Time. It occurred to me that I forgot to tell you the end of the road trip story to Miami University and the band competition with Mr. Gallagher. I'll get there presently, but first I've got to remark that I did wake up just in time to see the Soyuz arrive last night at the space station. I woke up around maybe hair after 10 o'clock at night, and you know, immediately flipped on the computer and went to NASA TV, and here's this thing just coming right in, you know, against the white clouds. It's really spectacular when they can do that, when they come in and dock. You know, typically it seems like they dock just before it gets dark, and wow, that's something to watch. So then, because of my general sleeplessness, even though I tried to sleep a little bit, I couldn't sleep, and so I stayed up and watched the hatch opening, which is it was fun to watch this Russian commander, because he basically was the one that was running the show in terms of opening the hatch and so forth. And this guy's been up there 4 times, I guess, and or more. And there's just no substitute for experience, is there? I mean, this guy, you know, no hurry, just thinking about things carefully, you know, no big deal, just doing it. So that was fun. Now the drilling, the core sampling, at least up in the area where I showed you the initial core sampling this morning, seems to have ended for the time being, although they still have their little stop signs and road signs and men working signs up, and I think they're going to go down the road here and take a sample, I suppose probably on the other side of the creek here, maybe. We shall see. They're having a little lunch now, a little lunch break. Well, I don't begrudge these guys some breaks. I mean, that's dangerous work, you know. You don't want somebody getting all unhappy and mess up your work. So now back to Miami University and the road trip to the band competition. Now, as I had pointed out, we were in a fairly roomy Impala. It was only 66 or 67 Impalas. My word, it's like you're sitting on a couch in the front seat, you know, in the back seat too. But you know, so you've got 3 guys in the front seat of this car, and it's not like we're crammed in thigh to thigh, you know. Oh, you've got room to set stuff down between y'all, you know. It's great. And so Mr. Gallagher was a bit unsure where to go. Now, plus it was a very foggy morning. You know, that route from Lebanon over to Oxford, Ohio, over to Oxford, Ohio, was, you know, that time of year, you know, in fall of the year, in the morning, early morning, it's always very foggy, and sometimes you can't see more than just past the front of your car. Nonetheless, that doesn't stop a lot of these people driving it at about 65 miles an hour and running into telephone poles and killing themselves. Well, Mr. Gallagher's being a little bit more circumspect. He was only going about 48. Of course, you know, you had the heater on. It wasn't all that cold out, but you have the heater on to keep the windows clear, you know. And that was back in the days when, you know, heaters were heaters. And you could have, there's like a sauna in there without the rocks and the steam, you know. So I had driven that road many times myself for other reasons over the years, and we got within about, I'd say we were within about not quite half a mile, but not quite quarter of a mile of the, you know, we were between half a mile and a quarter of a mile to the intersection there where you actually turn one way or the other to go actually onto the university property. Well, where you can go onto the university property. And okay, guys, I know you're getting ready to die here because the weather's turning cold, but leave me alone. And so Butch's dad, we're gonna have to turn here We're going to turn here pretty soon. And he says, okay, where? And Butch says, turn right here. Meaning, of course, you know, implying, but without explicitly stating, you know, the next intersection, you know, the T intersection where there'd be a stop sign. So when Butch said, turn right here, that's what Mr. Gallagher did. He turned right here. Boom! Right across the ditch. Right through a fence. Right through a field. Now it turned out the field, you know, ultimately led into another field that fortunately was not delineated by a fence, that actually contained the exact place of the band competition. So it was very clear that, you know, when we had arrived, and Mr. Gallagher says, good job, guys, you know, I'll pick you up at 2 in the afternoon. He drove off. He went home. It was like nothing happened. It was like, oh, well, of course when somebody says turn right here, you turn right here, you go through a fence and through a field, you know, but it's a testimony to these cars that no damage. Not just nothing. It was great. So I've always enjoyed remembering that. So I'm going to say bye-bye now, guys. Here, you can look at the fire pit and God's hackberries here. Alrighty.